What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and this isn't a video that I wanted to have to make at all. I wanted Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to be a win for us in the worst way, a shining example of what can happen if game developers just make a game that's fun. But my faith in that game hinged entirely on the trust that I placed in this guy right here. And right about now, this is how I'm feeling about that trust.
Backstabber!
Seriously, I went out of my way to defend Kingdom Come, wading into the controversy only to essentially be backstabbed by Daniel Vavra as he attacks gamers in a completely unhinged way, using the terminology of the woke and calling people like Rev Says, of all channels, a freaking grifter for daring to question anything about this game. Rev was clearly trying to defend the game, but Vavra lashed out because Rev mentioned that some people have been canceling pre-orders. I was literally in the process of putting together a similar video for my evening content yesterday when I heard this, and it severely damaged my trust. The whole debacle blew up on social media shortly after I released yesterday's video defending this game, and it felt like someone punched me in the gut. I rolled my eyes and immediately thought,
oh, what fresh hell is this?
Once again, I reiterate, my faith in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 hinged entirely on Daniel Vavra, being the opposite of what we typically see in the gaming industry these days. As you can see in this poll here posted by Grums over on Twitter, people are fairly split when it comes to this game. It's just about 50-50 on whether or not they think that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is woke. So, I put my hand over my chest like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, and I stepped out over the ledge because, based on how Vavra sided with gamers in the first Gamergate a decade ago, I had a higher opinion of him than apparently he deserved. I thought he would handle all the controversy in this game with class, and that he would remain on the gamer's side. But turning on us like he did here was symbolically like slapping me in the face, because, as I'm sure most of you know, I have been cheering this game on for a few months now, but turning on Rev really pissed me off.
Do you trust me?
And at this point now, I'm debating on whether I even want to stream this game when it releases. If Kingdom Come is still something that you want to play, then that's fine, you do you, but for me, Vavra just hacked down the foundation of everything that my faith was based on when it comes to this game. We're going to take a look at the interaction between Vavra and Rev Says over on X, which really hits home for me because, as I said, I was in the process of making a video similar to the one that Rev was criticized for making. This reframes the entirety of the discussion around this game in my mind, to the point that now I'm looking at Warhorse and saying,
You dumb bastard.
Alright me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But anyways, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is probably the most divisive I have ever seen gamers be on one game, and I wanted desperately to give it a chance. I wanted this game to succeed, and to end up being the shining city on the hill that other game developers could look at and say, wow, if I want to make money, then that's what I need to do as well. But unfortunately, reality doesn't always comport to our wishes. Daniel Vavra was the linchpin for my thinking on this. Admittedly, when people were debating this game, I viewed everything through the lens of, hey, look at this guy here in this picture, a dude like this is never gonna let his game turn woke. but yesterday, his interaction with Rev Says really shook me. Usually, I put out 3 videos per day on the weekdays, unless something comes up and prevents me from doing so, like a holiday or an illness or something like that. Last Thursday, as an example, there were only 2 videos that came out because I was sick and spent the afternoon hugging the toilet, but otherwise, I'm pretty dedicated to doing my work. And yet yesterday, I didn't release my 3rd video of the day because I was planning on talking about all the people that are vocalizing the fact that they are canceling their pre-orders or just saying they refuse to buy the game when it releases. I was going to discuss what I heard from some of my contacts in the retail world about this subject, but I didn't feel comfortable releasing that video in light of what happened with Vavra and Rev. I needed to gather my thoughts before I discussed the game again. So, that gives you some context as to what I'm thinking here. Now, let's look at the interaction. Vavra posted this on X with a screenshot of Rev's title for his video, which the title was "Woke," in quotation marks, "Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Backlash Results in Mass Pre-Order Refunds as Developer Loses Trust." Pretty reasonable title if you ask me, and keep in mind that Rev put the word woke in quotes, meaning he wasn't even calling the game woke, but Vavra got hot-headed and called this out, proving to me that what he really cares about is the money. I'll expand on that thought in a minute, but he said, "Another grifter." No. Our pre-orders haven't dropped because of backlash. The sold/returned copies ratio is the same as it was. What happened is that the preview hype has naturally waned, and 9 massively discounted games entered the chart. Monster Hunter is down as well, and what really bothers me about that is the absolute projection that I get from all of it. Calling Rev a grifter for simply reporting on a subject is bullshit. Vavra is clearly being overly protective of his money-making machine to the point that it has dulled his senses. A rational, based man wouldn't have flown off the handle like that. This comes off as a person quite thin-skinned on the subject of how his game is selling. Frankly, it comes off as someone who is projecting. He's behaving like a grifter himself. But then he doubles down on it, as I'll show you here. Rev responded with this post, labeling me a grifter in a video where I defend your game from being labeled woke over a rumored gay scene is wild. Yes, people canceled pre-orders. Many did because you won't address the actions of the community manager's code of conduct posted on Steam. Even now, you still avoid the issue entirely. Yes, your game has a lot of pre-orders, but it would have had more if you didn't tiptoe around valid concerns about the actions stemming from your parent company. Seeing you crash out over someone pointing this out is exactly why people are losing trust in you. That, right there, is a perfectly measured and reasonable response from Rev, and once again, it hits home for me because I was planning to do a video on this very subject. Now, I don't know if I would have handled this with as much grace as Rev did. A lot of us have shown tremendous faith in Vavra, and to hear this is, well, it's just devastating. But like I said, the dude decided to double down. Here's his response. Well, sorry, but maybe don't use titles with phrases like massive exodus to avoid confusion. And the first thing here, he didn't use the phrase massive exodus, so I'm not sure what he's talking about there. But the one thing that I want to throw out there, because sometimes I get shit for this with my titles as well, all YouTubers do, but the thing is, you only get 100 characters to write a YouTube video title, and it's often hard to cram all the thoughts that you're trying to convey into a title of that size. The 100 character limit is really tough. There are times when I stare at my computer screen for like 10 minutes trying to jam everything that I want to say into one title. But what this really shows me is that Vavra didn't even watch the damn video. He just put Rev on blast just by seeing a title that isn't 100% favorable to his game. It shows that the sales of the game are on his mind in a big way. He He's just looking to protect his company, and he's looking forward to the big payday. And he's willing to burn down even a prominent and reasonable voice like Rev Says in order to get what he wants. Rev replied to Vavra then, saying, "I didn't use that phrase. You have the data for pre-order cancellations. I do not. I can only form an opinion based on my own observations, and as I showed in my video, there are many people on Twitter, Steam, and other platforms canceling their pre-orders as a result of various reasons, even some that I thought were unreasonable. And now, ironically, more people are announcing that they have canceled their pre-orders as a result of these posts attacking me. I understand a lot of people are hounding you recently, but I was not one of them. This was a mistake." And yes, it was absolutely a mistake. I personally was clinging to my faith that Warhorse wouldn't let me down, and now the lens that I was seeing these complaints through has vanished. Now, when I see Henry as a suddenly bi character, I find it impossible to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it's just them giving RPG players more choice. Now, it looks like the concessions of someone who is obsessed with maintaining appearances and getting a big payday. And when I see the black character that people are complaining about being in this game, it doesn't look like an honest attempt to keep things real. It feels more like these guys bowing to pressure from the media and from the Warhorse parent company. And now that I've seen this, the slippery slope feels unavoidable. Is the next game going to feature only gay romances because the parent company says that's the way it should be? And now, when I see interactions like this, I have a different perspective. This guy here criticizes Warhorse for the gay stuff, and Vavra responds by calling him a grifter bot. I mean, that is absolutely the language of the Access media. The dude is spiraling, and I'm over it. If you're one of those people still interested in buying this game, then I implore you not to pre-order. Wait to find out more. As for me, I am struggling to want to give this guy any of my money, even if it's to stream it. Speaking frankly, I know that I'd make that money back by streaming it, but I don't want to support someone who attacked a video and essentially attacked gamers as a whole for using a title that I very easily could have seen myself using. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.